Hey everybody. So I want to talk about a player that is having a tremendous season and is not getting talked about nearly enough, and that is Jeff Skinner up in Buffalo. Skinner is off to a tremendous start with the Sabres. The Sabres are off to a tremendous start, and there really hasn't been all that much talk about him. And I think they deserve a lot more credit than they're getting on a NHL wide scale. Jeff Skinner, in 18 games, he has 13 goals, 7 assists, and 20 points for Buffalo, and is plus 12. That is a tremendous plus for this early in the season. He's second in the NHL in goal scoring, only behind Boston's David Pastrnak, who has 17 goals already. And Buffalo is off to a great start. They're 10-6-2 and currently sit in a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. So, Skinner he's having a great time with the Sabres. After coming over in that trade with Carolina, where Buffalo sent a couple of draft picks and a prospect to Carolina for Skinner, it certainly looks like so far Buffalo has won that trade. Skinner's playing fantastic and really putting the puck in the net, and goal scoring has been a problem for the Buffalo Sabres for the past number of years. Buffalo has stunk for a while now, and their rebuild has taken a long time. It's been a very slow process, but it seems like they're finally starting to see some movement in a good direction, and they're not bad anymore. They're finally not bad anymore. They actually look like a playoff contender this year. I don't know if they're going to end up a playoff team. I don't think they're going to make it. But I think that they will be a playoff team in the near future. And Jeff Skinner is a big reason why. A lot of their young players are also a big reason why. Goal scoring, this team has struggled to score goals for a number of years. And Evander Kane was their best goal scorer. But he got traded at the deadline last year because he was an impending free agent and he was not going back to Buffalo. So they traded him, which was a smart move. And for years they only had one or two guys that could score goals. It was Kane. Then they were relying on really underperforming players like Kyle Okposo has not been able to score since coming over from the Islanders. Matt Molson, they were relying on him, and he ended up being a huge bust. They finally have goal scoring now, and Skinner is a big reason why. He's scoring at a tremendous rate, a better rate than anyone that on the Sabres has scored in a long time, and they're getting good contributions from young players as well. Guys like Casey Middlestat, Jack Eichel, and Sam Reinhart are finally coming into their own at the NHL level. Jason Pominville's having a career resurgence in Buffalo and having a big year for them. They're getting really good goal scoring, and they finally have depth. Another thing, Buffalo hasn't had depth in years, which is one of the reasons they've been so bad, is they have not had any depth at all. They traded Ryan O'Reilly. They got guys like Patrick Berglund and Vlad Sobotka, Tage Thompson. They have a solid third and fourth line now. They got Connor Sheary from Pittsburgh. They have depth. They have a solid lineup. They have a good forward group. Buffalo is finally headed on the right track, and they look really, really good. Jeff Skinner is a big reason why, but the team itself is a big reason why. They're finally looking like a team that is trending in the right direction. And they made a lot of moves this offseason. Obviously, they drafted Rasmus Dahlin first overall. They traded Ryan O'Reilly. They traded for Jeff Skinner. They made a lot of moves. They made big moves, and they seem to be paying off. But of all the moves, I think their best move was the Jeff Skinner trade. He's been great for them. And it's about time with Buffalo. They've needed to become a good team. And they haven't made the playoffs in years, and I think they're getting very close to being a playoff team again. In a very short, well, not really a short time. They for a long time they were a bad team. They were one of the worst teams in the league for a number of years. And even last year they were a bad team, but now they have quickly gone from a bad rebuilding team to a playoff contender. Now, I don't think they make the playoffs this year. I don't think they keep this record up all season long. However, I do think that they have the potential to be a playoff team next year, and I definitely think that within the next couple of years, they're probably going to get a playoff spot at some point. They are a team trending in the right direction, and they are a team that I think has a lot of potential and a lot of good young talent. They're getting good goaltending finally from Carter Hutton. First time in a number of years that Buffalo is getting NHL caliber goaltending. And that's been another big problem for them was their goalie situation. But now they have a real goaltender that's playing good, that's playing well. And this is a team that is worth watching, and Jeff Skinner deserves to be getting talked about more than he is. You know, everybody still talks about the stars of the league. Jeff Skinner is second in the league in goal scoring, and now he's not the same big name the way that a Patrice Bergeron or a Nathan McKinnon or Taylor Hall or Alex Ovechkin are, Nikita Kucherov, but he's scoring goals with the best of them right now, and he's definitely a kid that unbelievably is still only 26 years old. It feels like he's been in the league for 10 years, but he hasn't. He's still only 26 years old. And he had a long career in Carolina, and Carolina was looking to go in a different direction, and they traded him, and he's having a career resurgence in Buffalo. And he's a guy that I think, if I'm Buffalo, I'm re-signing. I'm definitely re-signing Skinner at this point, and I think they should keep him, and he should stay in Buffalo long term. Give him a 6-year deal. Don't go crazy on salary. I don't think Skinner's the kind of guy that's going to ask for crazy salary. He's not going to come up here and be like, give me $7.5, $8 million a year. Give him a 6x6. He's a top 6 goal scorer. Give him a 6x6. Buffalo is not a team that's in cap trouble, so why not? I would do it if I were the Sabres. This guy's been tremendous for you this year. So, Jeff Skinner is having a great season, and he's someone that is not getting talked about nearly enough. We'll see if he can keep it up all season long, but he's off to a tremendous start. We'll see how Buffalo does all season long. They're also off to a tremendous start, currently in a playoff position. So, that's what I've got on the Sabres. I definitely think that they're worth talking about, and I think Jeff Skinner deserves more recognition for what he's doing this season. He's scoring a lot of goals. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media, check out offthewallhockey.com. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support Off the Wall Hockey, the link to our Patreon is in the description, as well as the link to my merch store. So if you would like Off the Wall Hockey merch, 3 designs out now, bunch of new stuff, plenty of products to look through. Please go check that out. That link is also in the description. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.